The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Bermuda's Feel Good Early Morning Show. Good day, Bermuda, supported by Pete's House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jackie Lambert, and we want to thank you for getting up bright and early with us today. Jackie, it is Tuesday. How are you feeling? You know, the weekend blues, Monday blues, I guess, are behind us. How are you feeling?
Girl, I'm good. This is hump day, you know? Today's hump day. We got a holiday on Thursday.
Oh my God. I was like, sis, it is absolutely not Wednesday.
It's close. So today, today's like Friday Junior. So today's Thursday, not technically, but she did in holiday ways.
So she's giving, okay, we're just gonna have to let her go with that, y'all. We're just gonna have to let her rock with that because I'm really sitting her like, okay, you know,
because tomorrow's Friday and then it's holiday. Well, Friday's not really a holiday, but it will be.
Us, I get it. I was like, wait a second, Jackie. Like, you know the GIF or GIF, however you pronounce it, where the person's trying to like figure out all the math, and I'm like logically trying to put everything together, and I'm like, I don't, no, but okay. So yes, no, I see where you were going with that. I get it now. Yes. As y'all can see, Jackie and I, as always, are ready to bring you some feel good vibes this morning. So if you haven't already, go ahead and share today's episode. Take a minute and drop the link or share the link on your Facebook feed. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and drop the link in your favorite WhatsApp group chat. And to all of our tweets over there on Twitter, make sure you retweet it. Our feel good topic of the day is fashion forward food and good vibrations with Bermudian Success Story, Tyka France. And if you're ready to test your trivia knowledge against Jackie, make sure you stick around for trivia time with Terry. But before we get into all of that, we're going to start with our feel good warm-up question. Fill in the blank. I got most of my law and medical information from. Now, we're going to give you some context behind this. So we had a conversation in one of the team group chats, Good Day Bermuda and the Daily Hour teams. And we were going back and forth with some law information. And I just had to put this disclaimer out there and everyone was laughing at it. But I'm like, yo, I just had to be very clear on where I get this information from before y'all start coming for me and trying to debate, debate the true facts, because I don't have the true facts. I just, I get my information from a particular source. So just wanted to give y'all some context. So y'all might be able to figure out where that, particular source is, but let us know in the comments where you get your law and or medical information from. I see we have Kathy Rogers and with us. Good morning to you, Kathy.
Good morning.
And thank you on our 100th episode. Yes, we are definitely super excited to have a guest on our 100th episode because, most people just kind of keep it between themselves and celebrate themselves, but we wanted to celebrate someone else. Now, Jack.
Yes.
Where do you get your law and medical information from?
I get my medical information from New Amsterdam, any medical show, to be honest. Not on purpose though, but like Grey's Anatomy has taught a lot of people how to be doctors.
I have a white what are you talking about?
And Law and Order has taught a lot of people how to be lawyers or lawyers or defenders of the law, because I mean, even yesterday, I was just like, that's an accessory. And everybody's just like, no. And I was just like, well, in my first thing that came to my mind, I was just like, well, in Law and Order, she would be, or he would be, or they would be. I don't understand why this example is any different. Like, don't ask me for my opinion. And my opinion is based off of stuff I learned from a TV show. And like, even I grew up watching Murder, She Wrote. And then, of course, you have shows like how to get away with murder and stuff like that. And you learn all these different things. And I mean, come on. We're all in the same boat. But Terri came with the disclaimer.
I did. I'll let you all know what the disclaimer is for those that weren't in the chat. But I want to come to this comment from Sherry. She says, happy 100th episode. Thank you so much, Sherry. Thank you so much. You know, today is a milestone, right? You know, not everyone gets to their 100th episode. Some people, you know, my podcast haven't even reached 100 episodes yet. So I'm definitely doing a thing over here versus over there. But it's a lot of work. Absolutely. So I want to come to the comments because Jacky mentioned, you know, some shows where she gets her law and medical information from, but I definitely want to see what the audience is saying. It looks like Sherry gets hers from the first 48. And, you know, I actually haven't watched the first 48 in a while.
First 48.
Yeah, but I do know because that's like real life. Like, you know, whereas Law and Order and Grey's Anatomy, they are fiction. They are based on real life. But first 48 is definitely like, yo, these are people actually doing the thing. So it's definitely a little bit more credible than I guess one would say for some of these other shows. And she goes on to say, New Amsterdam, you mentioned New Amsterdam as well, right? And The Good Doctor. I've actually watched The Good Doctor, and I actually really like that show.
I haven't gotten to it because with the emotions that come with watching Grey's Anatomy and then thinking that I would do better with New Amsterdam and doing worse, I was just like, I think I need a break. Where's something happy? I need something happy. Like, I can only watch so much Law and Order because obviously my favorite one is SVU, right? Special Victims Unit. And I can only take so much of that because I'm just like, protect the children! Oh! It's so easy!
Absolutely so heavy. And it looks like Sherry agrees with you, right? As she wrote.
Yeah. That's sharing my age a little bit here.
Hilarious. And so Kathy Rogers says Dr. Google. I feel like we can't forget about Dr. Google because
everybody likes a little Wikipedia.
You love a little Wikipedia source. You like, you know, you gotta put that disclaimer that Wikipedia is updated by the public. So it's not, some of these sources aren't verified. So you gotta be a little careful there.
I always feel good after. Thank you.
I was gonna let you finish your comment. Go ahead.
I always feel good when I research and I remember things from shows, or I do a little Google research and I end up calling my doctor just to clarify. And he's just like, yeah. And I'm like, I should go to medical school. And then he reminds me of how much time it is. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. It's not just one episode like, of our favorite shows.
I'll just play a doctor for Halloween. This is better.
So coming back to the celebration on our 100th episode, we have Karen Simmons, who is wishing us a happy 100th episode. Thank you so much. And I do have to say that Misha says also congratulations on the first 100th episode. So Lele reminded me that Aunt Teresa's coming on soon. Thank you, Lele, because you know sometimes you forget it. Lele is my girl. She has the best bonus niece that one could ever hear of. She's a little standoffish at first.
How old is she?
She is 3. But I helped her with something. And so that's my trick as a, you know, not a parent. You got to help the kid with something and they'll love you for life.
For life.
So I figured it out and now I can't stop because all the kids now come to me when they need help. So there's that.
Can't get rid of them now. Stuck.
Definitely stuck. So I want to come back to some more comments on where folks get their medical and law information from. If you haven't already answered that, go ahead and let us know in the comments. Misha, Jack.
Family that are lawyers reading reputable sources. Sorry, guys. My doctor, medical professionals online.
I love that. You know, every once in a while you do have. So sometimes I do when, you know, something comes up in an episode. I'm like, let me go research this to kind of like, you know, find out a little bit more because I want to like feel confident that what the show said is actually true. Because, you know, they could make it up too, right? Like we wouldn't be any wiser. So you gotta like, you know, hold them to card. Make sure.
I do have some doctor and lawyer friends, and if it's happening, I'll be like, I'll be like, this is real? Like this happens? Yikes, you guys have to deal with that.
Exactly. And so I want to come back to this comment from Karen Simmons. She says, family and friends who are lawyers and a cousin who is a doctor, her personal physicians. Absolutely. I want to say that I don't know that I have that many close people in my family and friends that are in the profession, but I definitely lean on people like Jacky, Misha, who might have those people in their circles. Like, hey, just go ask your person this. See what they say about this. Let's get someone that's actually studied this to confirm or deny. But I too have a degree from Law and Order University and Grey's Anatomy College, because that's just where my education lies when it comes to the law and the medical profession. Just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. Thank you so much for letting us know where you got your law and order, look at me, your law and medical information from. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with today's guest of the day. So you do not want to go anywhere.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio, home of Bermuda's most engaging morning talk shows, The Daily Hour and Good Day Bermuda. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices. BCG Radio, your station for conversations and entertainment.
Welcome back to Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert. And if you're just joining us, our feel good topic of the day, we're going to be discussing fashion forward food and good vibrations with Tyka France. And before we bring today's guest in, we need you to help welcome Tyka to Good Day Bermuda. This is her first time on the show, so we need you to drop your favorite foodie emoji, because she is a chef. She is like this amazing food person. She has all the good vibes. So not only did Jack and I bring you feel good vibes today, but definitely Tyka's gonna bring some. She's gonna take it up a notch. So make sure you drop your foodie emojis in the comments as we bring Tyka in. Good morning, Tyka.
I honestly, all my teeth can't even be. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so excited. I'm so
Love it.
We are as well, Tyka. So for those that don't know, can you let us know how long you've been into the culinary arts, and like what educational background and experience do you have in this space?
So what is so ironic, because you talked about law and order and the physical the doctor background and medical field. I'm actually a physiotherapist by trade, and I got a degree in journalism, which has no congruency with food. And so I'm pretty much a delinquent. Everything that I know about food, I love it so much that I dream about it. And that is really my momentum. And so I'm not trained whatsoever in food. I just love it.
That is actually pretty awesome, right?
Who would have known? Because I'm one of those silent stalkers. I'm like, oh my God, this food looks so good. I can't like everything smart, because then everybody's going to know that's like, I'm a crazy person for food. I am a fat kid in here. Okay, I am. So I'm just like, these arrangements are so beautiful. So how do you come up with these concepts? And they're so intricate. So let's talk about those arrangements.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for that. I grew up as a dancer, and I think I'm an artist at heart. And the other thing is I suck at conservatism. Suck at it, right? And I listen to a lot of Eric Thomas and a lot of Bob Proctor and, a lot of things in my day to keep me aligned with where I need to be. And I know that I have a gift to give the world. And I know that it's more about excavation than trying to pick from a tree. I know that I already have it. And so for me, it's dreaming about it and saying, what would this person want to unfold? What would this person want to have on their palate? What would I want to eat? What feels sexy? What feels like I want to go off? Yes. So colors, vibrations, food, for me, it's a feeling. It's just being an artist. It's like a temps du plié. It's like Jacky if you only could. It's like Terri if you only pull, whatever you're doing. It's just expression. And I think that's how I come up with it. Yeah.
Can I keep you around? Your energy, your everything. I just want to put you in my backpack and come on, we're going on an adventure.
I would love to be in your backpack. Just let me peek out every now and again.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All the way here for it.
So dope. So speaking of, creative expression through food, we talk a lot about, dietary lifestyles and changing from, an animal base to a plant base, or maybe even being vegetarian. So can you speak to more of what type of lifestyle you have and what made you make the decision to kind of come to wherever you are currently in your food?
That is a great question. You know what? I had my baby girl, she'll be 2 in February, and she's the best role model, ironically, right? I'm supposed to be being this role model and girl, sit down. She pushed through, and you know what? It was about saying, how can I change the narrative with especially people of color, but all people with food? And we don't have to feel 10,000 pounds heavy after eating a plate of mac and cheese, knowing you want to run to the bathroom, trying to keep it cute, but really feel like you're on mute. It's time to shift the narrative and say that I deserve to actually honor my body. And so for me, it's not that like I'm vegan, like trendy, you know, but it's more like I like to have vegetables on my plate. I still eat fish. I never ate red meat. I came away from chicken, you know, me and my daughter, you know, don't eat chicken. But so for me, it's about having, you know, a colorful plate and not having too much starch and not having so much gluten. So you'll never catch me eating like a white bread sandwich. You know, but for me, like I had a godson stay over a few years ago, and he was like, I've never had so many vegetables in my life. So I guess I'm that person. Like, I like to see avocado. I like to see beets. I like to see alfalfa sprouts. You know, I like to keep it colorful. But yeah, plenty of water. I don't do soda. I don't do sugar, really. I make it, but I don't eat it. Yeah, so yeah, put plenty of vegetables and not a lot of starch and you know, gluten and stuff like that. But yeah. I'll have a piece of vegan chocolate and Yo Cherry. I'm sorry, not that they're sponsoring or anything like that. That's okay. They have a vegan ice cream, and people say like, I thought you didn't eat dairy. And not that I have to explain, but that vegan, it's this beautiful vegan ice cream they have there, and it's so, and just like a dollop of peanuts on top and a waffle cone. You can't tell me nothing. Okay. Can't tell me nothing. Yes. So that's my treat.
I'm with you on that place. They're not a sponsor, so I can't really say it.
I know.
But I was there twice this weekend, and I tried their turmeric and ginger. I'm not sure if it's what it was, but it was dairy-free and vegan, and I love turmeric and I love ginger. I'm a ginger freak, so when I found it, I was just like, I had a scoop, and then the next day I was just like, can I get 2 scoops? Yeah. Maybe 3? Just make it 3. Don't tell anybody, because this is not what I'm supposed to make.
Make it
But talking about your diet, and you mentioned that you were never on red meat. So I just want to go back to your childhood. Mm-hmm. Do your parents not eat red meat? What was it like growing up? And then now you're flipping and taking out chicken and other things like that. How do your parents adjust? Because I know some parents are just like, you're not eating red meat. That's all we ate when we were younger. What do you mean you don't do dairy? Like, my parents are sometimes confused when I'm just like, I don't do dairy. They're like, you don't do dairy? So what was it like transitioning from what you were raised to do to what you're raising your child to do now?
Exactly. So Nana Astrid, I'm calling her out. She was the kind of person that would give you a nice thin steak with, you know, back then, you know, it was ingredients. A salad was lettuce, 1 little slice of tomato, possibly a little dollop of pepper, and a dollop of mayo, right? Like that's what, you know. So, but the only thing about it is, and this is just me being completely transparent. You see these teeth? They're big, but they can't chew meat. So I don't understand. Like, when I put it on my palate, I never did well with red meat. So it was never a thing. I remember eating, like, you know, taco salad or like ground beef and stuff like that, seldomly, but I never really loved red meat. And so even if I have tuna and it reminds me of red meat, I cook it for clients, but it just doesn't sit right with me. But in terms of changing the narrative, luckily, you know, in my combined family and, you know, with my daughter, my daughter's, my partner and his people, they are so welcoming of this new narrative, this new shift that, guys, actually for Christmas this year, we're going to do, like, you know, vegetables and outdoor, and make it not just about the food on the couch and watching TV. This is about, honey, give me a downward dog if you feel, you know, give me a bend and stretch, like give me food that makes you feel high vibrational. So I think my family is completely supportive of it. My daughter don't know no different, bless her heart. She don't know no different. She just knows that I just eat, you know, poached salmon with blueberry reduction. That's all she knows, you know. So luckily, you know, that is the case. And I think now that I'm getting to work with kids, it is so important because we're gifting them. You know, my daughter turned 1. You know, does she need cake? No, she doesn't. She doesn't need cake and sugar, because guess what? I don't need to gift her diabetes. I actually don't need to gift her constipation. I don't need to gift her dis-ease, creating unease in her body. I just want to gift her a clean slate. And so when people say, like, you're so extreme, great. If you want to strain on the toilet, that's up to you. I don't want to strain. I want to be free. I just want to be free. And so it's just that simple of a decision, you know, to just shift out of that from you know, old norms and come into the new.
I love this, because we always talk about generational wealth, and now we're talking about generational health. And that is everything, because we're always trying to break the mold and make those healthy, positive changes, and to hear that you're doing that is brilliant. And just to carry on, because we talk about how great your energy is, honestly, I've never actually met you in person. Yesterday was everything to me, and because trying to get people to my house is always a task. Right. But going along on your energy, because you're a ball of life, you're just a light, like you just will light up a whole room, and I just feel I'm more attracted to your light. And we talk about mental health on this show at least 3 times an episode. It is so huge to us. And I just want to know, like, what do you do? What is your daily routine to maintain your happiness within and your peace within yourself, to be able to give it off to the rest of the world?
Oh, that honestly, I literally have chills right through this turtleneck. I have honestly, because I think so. One is I'm a being first, and knowing that energy and connection is my currency. That's my currency. Like, some people worship inanimate things, and I don't fault them for that, because that's just, that's just their mentation. For me, energy is my currency. And so for me, it's about saying, if a friend came to me, my daughter came to me, my mother came to me, my partner came to me, and they needed a piece of my light, I should be able to constantly replenish that and be able to give them rich fruit, not fruit that's depleted and have worms in it. And, so I want to give them whole fruit. And so for me, my practice is, I'm a big yogi, and there was a time where I was like, what is up with that? Like, that looks so boring. And by the time you get in your first headstand, you're realizing that this is power. And I always say that when people ask my why with yoga, yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. So where am I going? To me. Why am I doing it? For me. How am I doing it? Through me. And so Imogen, my daughter, she gets a benefit from that. My partner, just people that I meet, the Jackies, the Terrys of the world, who are amazing in their own right, they get to benefit from my investment in me. So I'm up at 6. Yeah, not because I have to be, because I'm not punching the clock anymore. I work for myself, thank God. Right. But you know what? It's about saying, you suck that conservatism, and knowing that, the opposite of courage is conformity. And I've never been good at that. I've always been a Prince fan, like, singing Purple Rain as a kid. I've always been okay with being different. And so for me, it's about saying, okay, fine, you have a dream, but do you have a grind? So my grind is, when I'm up at 6 a.m., who benefits from that? Me, yes, but other people as well. So it's the yoga, it's, making sure that I eat high vibrational food. I got this amazing little flashlight, like, like what when you go diving, yes. I got that because now it's daylight saving. So what do I say? All right, bump the waist. The waist is going to get wider. No, I strap that baby girl right in my stroller. We go with our little light and we run, 3 miles and uphill and so we do it and no excuses. Like those kids in the favelas in Brazil, they wish they could. Mm-hmm. And so for me, access and gratitude is saying, you know what, in this life, in this experience, I'm doing it now. I'm not waiting. So it's a lot of yoga, a lot of high vibrational food, a lot of Eric Thomas, a lot of not podcasts, but I download on an iPod. I don't think even people use this anymore, but I'm very capable. A lot of so when people come my car, they're like, I don't hear music, and I'm like, exactly. You hear high vibration. I love music, don't get me wrong, love music, but in the mornings, it's like Eric Thomas. It's kind of like, Alan Watts. So I got to watch a lot of TV. I'm not the person that knows anything about what a spit origami is. I don't know. And I love that that's a thing. I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't watch TV. Yeah.
I love that. And I actually want to share because I went to an event. So the first time I met Tyka in real life was at an event. She did the food for, so we had a previous guest of the show, Alexa Swan. She had an event at what's that beach?
Frequency.
Frequency Crystals was the brand name, but it was where you couldn't go at one point. Right across
on South Shore.
On South Shore, yeah. But no, it was the private beach where it was used to be closed off at one point. It was like a private beach.
Oh, South
Marley.
Yeah, Southlands. Yeah, so right by Marley Beach. I was there, yes. And so the first time I had the food. The first time I had the food, because it was like a yoga, foodie, meditation experience. It was a chakra event. That's what it was. And I remember eating this food and thinking like, okay, Teresa, like you're not supposed to eat too much because it's like, it's probably enough for everyone here. But I was thinking like, okay, has everyone eaten yet? Because I kind of want to go back and get some more. And it was for me the first time that I had food that really made me feel full And the reason why I wanted more was because it tasted that good. Like, it wasn't like I was hungry. It wasn't like I was still starving. Like, it was because the food was that good. And it's like, I might not get this again. Like, I can't cook this for myself. So I just need to really enjoy this right now in this moment. And I just wanted to speak to, because it was, like I said, it was a yoga experience, it was food experience. And we also did juicing as well. And Monica Dunstan says, I've always been resistant to yoga. I think she convinced me to try it again. So I just want to talk about your journey, Tyka, and like, how did you kind of get into yoga, and how do you infuse it with your food? Because I do feel like some people kind of look at everything as being separate, and you just explained it in more like this holistic kind of conversation. Can you just like dive in a little bit deeper on that?
Absolutely. So first of all, is my first memory of you is actually not that memory. So I don't know what the brain maybe did a recalibration, because your energy is too electrifying for me to have ever not remembered that you were there. But I remember you from another event, and we turned up. It was a thing. But aside from that, sorry, what was your question? Just remind me.
Just on how you make the connection between like your journey with yoga and connecting it with food and all of that good vibration. Right.
Exactly. So the thing is, when you do like your first pigeon pose or your flying pigeon, you realize and you say, I probably couldn't eat a chicken steak and expect my body to do this. So you find that when you align, I always say life is more about sailing than rowing. And when you sail, that means that you are a vessel and things come to you. So for me, it wasn't about saying, today I'm gonna be a yogi, let's do it. It was about saying, you know what, movement and stretching makes sense. Being a lighter in my body makes sense if I want to come off the floor ever, like if I want to do, an actual headstand. And so it made sense to say, I probably wouldn't want to eat a slice of pizza before I go to class. And if it's saying that I do, thank you, lovely, if I do yoga, every day, twice a day, which I'm doing now, which I never planned to do, it probably makes sense that I probably don't eat pizza often. And then so when you say, when someone eats my food, which is a representation of who I am, when they put that on their palate and it dances, what do they think? What do they feel? And so it's about saying food, movement, and vibration is literally all the same. It's almost like when B gets on stage and she goes off, or Normani goes on stage and goes off, it's like, I felt that. So food is just another medium. It's almost like when you watch, like you see a Van Gogh, or you see any painting, or you watch any piece of artistry, it's just artistry. So the yoga, because that's my lifestyle practice, I think that people taste that in the food, and I think so on and so forth.
I love that. I actually do remember the previous event that you're speaking of. I do remember that. And I think at the time I didn't know your name. I just knew your face. And so I didn't make the connection at the second event. But I do remember the event you're talking about, because I'm like, oh yes, I absolutely remember that, because that was a vibe.
Honey, the shoes were kicked off, and it was it was good vibrations, and it was, the belly was there, and it was just like, give me life, and you gave me life. And then for you, I always knew, I would see this girl walking right by oh boy, that's where 24 Hour is. I forget the name of that street.
That's me.
Oh, I know it's you. I was like, give me erect posture, give me vertebrae alignment, give me shoulders back, give me pinch at the back. It was just such a spectacle to see you, and I was just like, so the same way you're saying to me, the same way I'm saying to you. This one, I know from certain circles, and you're just always like splitting and stretching, and I just love the vibration, and I'm really happy to just connect with people in the line.
Likewise. Jack, before you go to your next question, I wanted to bring this here from Jamal. He says, what great energy. I'm running late because her energy made me extend my workout. And I think one thing about this show for Jacky and I is we definitely try to keep the energy high, because it's first thing in the morning. We want people to be ready to take on their day. So I'm super grateful for you matching our energy, Tyka, because, sometimes it can be difficult for people to match energy this early in the morning.
Yep. I feel like I want to do some jumping jacks or something.
Can we? Because I'm ready to give you what you need. Can I speak to that? Just one thing, because you talked to me about like my practices and kind of why I do what I do, and why I don't give someone else dominion, over kind of what I attune to very early in my day. And so one of the things that Eric Thomas, who is just like, he's just my favorite person, like right now, and kind of always has been, is that it's this notion of I get to do, I don't have to do. So it's when people, I'm gonna get up. you get to get up. And so there was a time when I wasn't in that space and I wasn't in a positive place and I wasn't doing what I love and be able to dance around my kitchen and listen to Beyonce and then Eric Thomas, and people are like, is she meditating? What is she doing? And I get to be here. And so I'm so grateful for that. And so it's about, I get to be here. I was welcome to be here. They actually allowed me in this space. And so you come and you push through. And so it's not a chore. It is, it's an honor. It's an honor. And I think if people thought about their day more like that, they'd be up. They get up.
Absolutely. That honor term. Absolutely.
I don't know. I just wake up and I'm just like, what are we listening to? And I'm just like,
she has an accent. It's you. Like, you get up.
So I don't, like, I remember I used to date somebody that wasn't a morning person, and I used to try and like tiptoe through. And when they would sleep over my house, I'm like, so this is my routine. I'm just like, windows open, door open, music blasting, and they're just like, well, what time you make?
Take some tea tree.
Yep, sage is going. I have a spray bottle that has tea tree and mint in it, peppermint, and I'm just like, and they're just like, what time you making work? And I'm like, like 11, 12, and they're like, it's 6 o'clock, and I'm just like, start your day early and it'll be a great one. You just gotta get up and
love it.
I mean, if you wake up and you're awake and you just lay in bed, all you're doing is setting yourself up for a lazy day. Get up and move, accomplish everything. And if you finish everything, then you can lay around. I just tried to fight my procrastination side.
I get it. I get it.
Just keep it going.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the care package you dropped me off yesterday. Okay, so I don't know if you want to explain what they are, but they are almost finished on my side.
I'm either way. Like, you can take it away. I'm happy to speak about it. You tell me what you think.
I don't have the package in front of me, but if you guys go to New York and you love the street nuts, where it's the sugar covered cinnamon, almonds, cashews, peanuts, and if you're a freak for them like me, we have them in Bermuda! I am so excited! I was just like,
the machine that makes them is like, I don't know if you can see
I love that machine. I love it.
It loves you too. It loves you too.
I was just like, oh, what's in here? I opened them up and I took one and I was just like, Took another one, I was just like, yup. Here we go. So what is the process behind them? What made you do them? Because I was talking to Terri behind these scenes, and I was just like, I haven't been able to find them in Bermuda, and I eat them like crazy when I'm away. I tried to bring them back. They don't make the flight back. So
they don't. They don't survive. They don't stand a chance. Yeah.
Not at all.
Completely with you.
They're my guilty pleasure, and like I will sit there and my diet is very balanced, I guess you could say. I always sit there and crunch on celery and a carrot and feel no way. Yeah. But then I'll also find stuff like this, and I'm just like, So what's the process? What made you jump into this arena?
Yes. So I did for my best friend, who happens to be a doctor. Just talking about that. So she blessed her a beautiful baby boy and baby girl, a set of twins, and I wanted something for the people to put on their palate, just to open it up and kind of feel happy and reach pleasure, which is our birthright as human beings, right? Pleasure is our birthright. And I said, when I went to New York City and I had that experience, same. It was like, where's the nut man? Because I'm camping here tonight. Because if I can't get him before I get on that flight, it's problems. There's a problem. Mm-hmm. And so same experience. And it's funny how food can create that connection, that Jacky had that experience. I had that experience. Anyone who eats it usually has that experience. And so that is a vibration that we carry and we wish to share. And so I said to myself, number one, when I decided to leave the arena that I was in, which is physiotherapy, and go into food, I said, I want something that can permeate my soil, my people, without me physically having to be there saying, hey, here you go, or having to hire me that day. Mm-hmm. And so I said, you know what, dream big, put some momentum behind it. And I said, nuts, because I make these, I love them. It's infatuating. And so when I came up with So Not Sharon, because of course you make it your own. And so when I do like salted cake batter and red velvet, which you have in here, which I can get you some.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah, the red velvet is pretty good as well. I thought about, what people would want to, have as a like indulgent snack, right? Like I'm not going to ever sit there and say like, if you're trying to get that base snatch, honey, this is the thing for you, because it isn't, right? Mm-hmm. It's about saying, I've had a long week. with a glass of wine, maybe I'll have a few nuts. It's that indulgent, like super gourmet, but like, super, easy thing to eat, not easy to make. Out of all the things that I've made, searing, scoring fish, doing, mango inside out, I have to say that these nuts have been one of the most coursing things to actually learn. And the ingredient list is not that long, as you can see on the package.
Right.
But when I tell you, it's a science. So it's about tempering the sugar, knowing when it caramelizes, because candy making is no easy feat. So plenty of tears, I like this. I would almost say my old self would say wasted money, but it's not wasted. It's an investment. Like I've had to sit here and look at trash cans full of nuts that didn't make it. The equipment that had to arrive on the island, I've paid, used most of my savings. It was really about saying, how do I be fearless? How do I show my soul and my beautiful people that when I'm long gone, this was my contribution to this beautiful world? Because I think too, for some reason we look as Bermudians, for some of us, I think we think, that it's almost like something we should apologize for, that everything else exists outside of this place is better. Like I could bottle water and tell you it's from Fiji, and most people are like, yeah, it does taste like better. But if I say it's from, a water dispensary in Bermuda, it's like, and it's like, hold on, where's the pride?
Exactly.
Where's the pride though? How do we forget that? Because when you go to Jamaica and you go to Barbados and you go to other places, they let you know, right? Like, I am a proud so-and-so. Like, they let you know how proud they are. So it's about saying, you know what can I be proud of? How can I show our Bermudian people that we're lit? Don't wait for people to tell you that. You're lit. Like, you live in paradise. People get on flights to be where you are. And this where come on now, like, act like it. Act like it though. So for me, it was, again, these are all my thoughts when I'm cooking. So when I'm cooking and I think I'm putting on like get extra, I've always been, right? Because it's about really offering that vibration to people. So when it came to the nuts, it was about not sharing because of what Jacky just said. You don't want to share them. The wives are hiding it from the children. The husbands are hiding it from the wives. It's this beautiful kind of joke that I don't want to share these. And luckily that is true. Luckily that's the case.
I was nice and I shared some of a friend that dropped off something from us. Like, you have to try these. And I'm actually going to take the last bit up to my mom and my dad because they're like me, nut freaks, because I want them to share the same addiction so they get it when I'm sitting there killing these things, that they're just like, I get it, sis. I get it. Yes. But speaking to everything that you were saying and everything you've said today, Terri made a post yesterday that was talking about walking and finding your purpose. And I just want to say, I'm not entirely sure because the conversation is running out of time, but I'm not sure what made you switch over. Like, what was the turning and pivoting point for you to say physiotherapy is not for me and come to this area of your life? But I appreciate it because it was needed, and I love when I see people doing the untraditional things and walking away and walking in their purpose, because I tried to do the traditional thing, it didn't work out, and I love teaching tennis. Everybody's just like, that's not a real job. I love it, and I know we're not gonna have that conversation right now. That's another time.
We'll definitely have it.
And that's if they're speaking. That is the lips of fear. That's just like, girl, you're courageous enough to do and not conform. It's scary. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I am so happy you did this.
Absolutely. So and really looking at the time, it's one of those things where it's like, we could definitely go on forever. We're definitely going to have you back. We're absolutely going to have you back. And so, audience, this is what it looks like. This is one of the pieces that we got. So it's downstairs.
Okay.
So not sure it's downstairs. But Tyka, can you let the audience know like how they can contact you? Because we didn't touch on your services, but we definitely want them to be able to reach out to you and find out like, what they can do to connect with you. And just go ahead and let them know how they can contact you, where they can find you on social media and all that good jazz.
Of course. So very happy cave woman. The only social media that I do have, which is by choice, and I wouldn't be forced to have anything else, is IG. And that's what my IG is, 8@8, which is ATE @8. So past tense of eat. I hope you get it. So that's on IG. And then my email is they8at8@gmail.com. So THEYATE@8 @gmail.com. So that's the way you can contact me. The other service that I do offer is a Shagraze experience, which is charcuterie, grazing table, mixed elevated canopies, sticky rice bowls, Korean, red dust. We're serving. We're serving. So
we love it.
Anytime.
We absolutely love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, Tyka, for joining us this morning. We look forward to having you back.
I would be honored. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I
so
need the
much.
two of you with some music. I don't know if the world could handle it, but I want to do
We're
it.
gonna make it happen.
We're
gonna
doing
make
it.
happen.
We'll let you know because it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening for sure.
Absolutely. Have a good one,
Guys,
Tyka.
thank you so much. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye. We're going to take a quick commercial break and then we'll be back with Trivia Time with Terri. So you do not want to go anywhere if you're ready to test your knowledge against Jacky.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio. Home of Bermuda's most engaging morning talk shows, The Daily Hour and Good Day Bermuda. Download the app available for Android and Apple devices. BCG Radio. Your station for conversations and entertainment.
Welcome back to Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert. And if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you give us a reaction if you're watching on Facebook. Those of you on YouTube, and if you haven't already, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe before the end of this episode. And to all of our peeps over there on Twitter, make sure you run up those hearts. We are about to get into a new segment, which is Trivia Time with Terri. So I have a few questions that I'm going to ask of Jacky. First answers only. Audience, you are going to try to beat Jacky at this trivia. And if you do beat Jacky, go ahead and make sure you email us over here at engage@gooddaybermuda.com so that we can enter you in. We're working on some giveaways for you all. So, Jacky, without further ado, the first one is, this one might be a little bit easy. I don't know. What dessert became popularized from the TV series Sex and the City? Audience, you can go ahead and give a chance. Give yourself an, logo try.
Go ahead.
What dessert became popularized from the TV series Sex and the City? No, it's not cheesecake, but you're on the right track, Janae. You're on the right track. Nope,
Red
everyone's
velvet?
speaking cheesecake. It's not cheesecake.
Is it a
Sherry
cake?
says all the best.
Thank you, Sherry. Because I was going to say a cosmopolitan, but that just ruined it because I feel like that's what it would be.
Nope, it's a dessert.
It's a dessert, and let's go with apple pie.
It's not a chocolate cake. It's not apple pie.
Red velvet cake. Isn't that red velvet?
You guys are on the right track. I just love that. I'm stumping everybody for the first time. Like, this is so dope. No, it's cupcakes.
Duh.
I'm just saying. Moving quickly along. I done stumped all of you. The next one. This one, I don't know. We're going to try this one. A viral internet challenge had people attempting to swallow a mouthful of what spice in under 60 seconds?
Cinnamon.
Okay, yeah, I was good. You got that one. Yes. You got that one.
I knew that because people were trying to get me to do it. I was just like, do you not see them like losing a lung? No. Who's going to put my lung back in? Who?
Not me. Not someone that's watched Grey's Anatomy either to get their white coats. On that note, we hope that today's Feel Good Vibe of the day has you ready to make it a great one. Thank you so much for watching and engaging with this episode of Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert, and we trust we'll see you tomorrow for another Feel Good conversation. Until the next episode, peace and have a good day, Bermuda.